A city sleeps. In the silence before dawn, the economy is just a pattern of shadows and dormant lights. One window is already lit, a single point of consciousness in the slumbering machine. Time is not a concept here, it is a mechanical fact. A sharp click, a moving hand. It marks the irrevocable start of another economic day. First ritual. Steam rising from a cheap mug. A single drop escapes. This is where it begins. Not in boardrooms, but here, at kitchen tables, with the tangible physical cost of waking up. This is the landscape of a life. A utility bill, a child's drawing, a grocery receipt. The mundane artifacts where personal dreams and financial obligations share the same space. The camera finds the receipt. The story is in the details. The individual at the transit point. The reflection of the glass, the city's towers loom. A small human form waiting. A node in a vast interconnected system momentarily paused. The most ancient financial act. The clink of metal, heavy and real. Coins finding a temporary home. This is saving in its primal form. Weight in your hand, security in a ceramic vessel, the modern reality. The glow of a screen in a dark room. Fingers dance, summoning numbers from the void. A bank balance. Digital ghosts of effort and time. This is where money lives now. A journey down the aisle. The cart rolls, a vessel of choice. Every price tag a decision. Every item a trade-off between desire and the finite resources in a digital account. This is the daily referendum on value. Time, made physical. A page torn, set adrift. The red circle is a target, a threat, a promise. Our lives are measured in these cycles, monthly, quarterly, annually. The fiscal year is its calendar of adulthood. An open wallet, the contents tell a story. Worn bills, plastic cards, and a photograph. This is the truth. We don't manage money. We manage the hopes and people those pieces of paper represent. The architecture of power is permanent. Sunlight tracks across cold stone, marking hours the institution will outlive. It is impersonal, patient, and always present. This is where the rules are kept, the moment of confrontation. A pen poised over the blank lines of a form. This is the ledger of your year, the space where your labor is translated into the language of the state. Hesitation is the tax fear imposes. Work, in all its forms. Hands typing, fixing, healing, moving. This symphony of action is the source. Every dollar, every digital credit begins here. As energy, as time, as skill exchanged, a visual equation, a jar fills. This is the gross inflow, the total of your effort represented as clear, rising water. It is simple, it is whole. For a moment, the equation complicates. Before you can even touch the main vessel, tributaries demand their share. Tax, rent, food. The flow is instantly divided, siphoned away by necessity. The water in your jar rises slowly now, already spoken for. The pullback reveals the system. Multiple jars, a network of tubes, a single source. This is the machinery of a life. Not a river, but an intricate irrigation system. Your attention must be here, on the distribution, not just the source. The institution's doorway, shot from below. It is a monument. People shrink before its scale. It is designed to impress, to humble, to remind you of your place in its order. The labyrinth within. Endless corridors, identical doors marked with cryptic codes. Fluorescent light hums. There is no center, only circulation. The design is not to guide, but to process. The stamp descends. It does not consider, it validates. Its mark, filed, is an absolute conclusion. Your year of transactions is absorbed, becoming a single line in a vast, dark ledger. The weight of the law? volumes piled high, unstable. Each new addition makes the foundation shudder. To navigate this is to build a tower on shifting ground. It requires a guide. The professionals' hands move in a blur. They speak the language of the labyrinth. They know which door to open, which form to retrieve. This expertise is a service, a translation between your life and the system's demands, a mistake in macro. A drop of ink hits the pure white field of the form. It spreads, feathering at the edges, corrupting the space around it. It is small, but it is permanent, a tiny dark star of error. The machine grinds on. A paper tape unspools, a waterfall of digits. It is the sound of calculation made visible. This is the pure, relentless math behind every human story in the building. The human cost of compliance. A face etched in the cool light of a monitor late at night. Concentration. Fatigue. The silent investment of hours the system does not see or value, but demands nonetheless. A chain reaction begins. A ball rolls, triggering a lever which tips a scale which rings a bell. A Rube Goldberg machine of cause and effect. One financial decision, to buy, to sell, to claim, sets it all in motion. The end point of the machine. The ball hangs as the air for a split second, poised between two possible futures. Refund or payment. The entire complex apparatus resolves into this binary outcome. Win or lose. The envelope. Official logo. Among bills and advertisements, it is the only one that matters. A finger taps it, a nervous rhythm. This thin paper contains a verdict, the point of no return. The envelope slides from fingers, falls through darkness, lands with a final thud. It is gone. Your financial year is now in the hands of the Postal Service, and by extension, the state. The digital cathedral. Rows of servers blinking lights in the cool dark. This is where your envelope truly arrives. Here your life is data, a pattern of ones and zeros, stored alongside millions of others. A visualization of the flow. Invisible streams of information like neon rain rise from every home, every business, every car. They flow toward the central monolith. This is the tax system's true shape, a river of data forever filling a digital sea. The new covenant, a 1099. The field for non-employee compensation is highlighted. This is the parchment of the modern age. The gig worker, the freelancer. The economy is changing and the forms are struggling to keep up. The informal exchange, cash in hand, a handshake over a repaired bicycle, a simple receipt. This transaction exists in the sunlight, yet it lives in the shadow of the great digital river. To report or not to report? That is the modern question. The split screen. On one side, freedom. A person works from a park, a cafe, a home. On the other, rigidity. Lines of legal text scroll endlessly. The gap between how we live and how the law sees us grows wider every day. The final modern signature. Not ink on paper, but a fingertip on a key. The enter key. It is a gentle press that carries the weight of an affidavit. It is submission rendered as a keystroke. The progress bar. A sliver of light that fills agonizingly slowly from left to right. It is a digital prayer for completion. And then it is done.